We're gonna make chili again. And as always, we're gonna start with chopping up some vegetables. We've got yellow pepper, we've got red pepper, and we've got an onion. I made this chili a couple nights ago and it was fantastic. But the difference is tonight, I'm using a couple spices I'd never used before, and I'm actually going to add tomatoes to it, and I'm going to cook it a whole lot longer than I usually do. Now that's because while it was really, really good the other night, the peppers were not as soft as I would have liked them to be. So we'll cook them longer and make them softer, or at least that's the theory. I've mentioned before I can't do green peppers, but I have discovered orange, yellow and red are great. I'm actually not sure that it's possible to get too much onion in anything. Must be. Wouldn't take much to be too much in a cake. It was a really nice day in Puerto Rico today. My wife and I did the retired people thing and went for a ride. And we went to a place, I can't pronounce the name, but basically it says the Clock of Puerto Rico, which is this big outdoor clock with a koi pond around it. And well, let me just show you. You can see the clock is actually working, and it keeps time. I'm not sure it's set right, but it keeps time. And it's kind of cool. It's the kind of site you go to once and then, yeah, that's it. But it was fun to spend the time with my wife today. I'm going to put some butter in this just to give those vegetables something to cook into. There are some things I make that I don't really measure for. Chili's one of them. I just kind of put things together until it looks right to me. And then after it gets nearly done, then I taste it and maybe add a little more. I go kind of cautiously for a while at least. At this point, I can tell you there is a medium or smallish medium onion in it, and there's a pound of ground beef cooking. That's my measurements. Yeah, I get comments. All of us who make YouTube videos get comments all the time from people who say, I'd like to start a channel, but I'm afraid to, or I don't know where to start, or I'm not good enough yet, and I'm so nervous. We have all been down that road. Every single one of us, well, at least anyone I know, was scared to death to do this at first and very uncomfortable talking to a camera, and now it doesn't bother me in the least. It's just all practice. My videos aren't great. That's not to say I don't think you should like them. You should. But, you know, they're not glitz and glamour and all of that stuff. They're recorded on cell phones, 3 of them, and they are what they are, and I am what I am. So just don't be so afraid that you don't do anything. If you want to do videos, do a video. I think we're going to start adding some other stuff to this now. An 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, and that really might not be enough, so I might be adding some more. Let's do some juice from the diced tomatoes. Now we're only going to do a couple or 3. I think we'll do 3 spoons of those. That is diced tomatoes. We'll add some red beans. Usually I would use red kidney beans, and I thought that's what I bought today, but it wasn't. So we're going to give these a shot. And we're going to use the whole 15.5-ounce can. And then we have black beans, and we're going to use that whole can too. Okay, we are definitely going to need another can of tomato sauce. That's looking rather chili-ish. And my own little secret ingredient, a pretty good squirt, probably actually about a tablespoon of molasses. That adds some sweetness. And then some chili powder. I think we're going to go with about a half a tablespoon to start with. Then we're going to add some black pepper. I think we're doing it by the half teaspoon. Let's do a half a teaspoon to start with. And some salt, probably about half a teaspoon. Because we can always spice it up more, but we can't spice it up less. I want to add some water to this. This is an 8-ounce can. And we don't want to forget an important ingredient, the ground beef. As I said earlier, this is a pound. I don't have my overhead camera tonight, but I do have my still camera. Also bought some paprika, so I thought I'd throw just a little of this in. I have not used this before, especially in a chili, so I really don't know how good my guess is going to be, but we're going to start with a 1/4 teaspoon. And unless I think of something else, that's going to be all that's going in there. So I'm going to shut the cameras off and I'll be back in a while to check it out. Okay, it's done. It's great. I have a bowl of it right here and I will show you what it looks like. And I'm going to show you as best I can what it tastes like. I really like this. Now I did add another tablespoon of molasses. I did add another quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper, another half a teaspoon of chili powder, and another half teaspoon of salt. For me, that's all made it very good. And I cooked it with the cover on for probably an hour and then cooked it with the cover off for about another half hour to thicken it up. And it's really good. If you make it, remember, the amount of spice I put in it is not necessarily the amount of spice you're going to want to put in it. You might decide that you need more spice or less spice. Taste it as you make it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, feel free to share it with your friends. That would be absolutely fantastic. And remember, I love it when you comment. See you later.